MominaNaveed to come to the podium for her ice-breaking speech. The title of her speech is My Persona. My Persona, Youth Leader Momina.
My mother groaned, my father wept, into the dangerous world I leapt. Respected Toastmasters, dear parents, and my fellow youth leaders, a very warm good evening to you all.
Good evening.
One fine morning in September 2001, in the city of Gardens, Lahore, an extremely tiny, premature baby was born to Mr. Naveed and Dr. MominaNaveed. Would you like to know who that is?
You.
Yes, it's none other than the charming young lass, MominaNaveed, standing right in front of you. According to my mom, when the nurse brought me to her, she almost had a heart attack. All throughout her life, she had been giving her patients tips about healthy skin, and here I was, a tiny ball of hair with extremely rough and scaly skin. This concerned her so much that one day she blatantly said to my grandma, "Ummi, I don't believe this is my child." To this, my grandma replied smiling, "Don't worry, honey, you were like that too when you were born." After this conversation, of course, my mother never dared to question my looks. And yes, my father too succeeded in convincing her to look at the brighter side of things. After all, he is a successful marketing manager who has the ability to sell a refrigerator, even to an Eskimo. Being the firstborn, I enjoyed every privilege and affluence that one could possibly imagine. I received undivided attention and was loved dearly. But that sadly changed after only a year and a half. I have a vague recollection of the entire episode. My mother was at the hospital while my father was at home, preparing me to welcome the so-called little angel. Finally, the day arrived when my devil of a younger sister was born. My parents were over the moon. I, however, didn't feel the same way. I knew I would have to share everything with her. My room, my toys, my books, and above all, my dear parents. This was not at all acceptable for me. Just as I anticipated, I had to go through all this. But soon, I adjusted to the situation and came to terms with reality. Life had just begun going smoothly when my father informed us that we would be moving to Jubail, Saudi Arabia. I was utterly heartbroken about leaving my homeland and my dear family, especially my grandparents. But being the giddy kid I was, I quickly adapted to these changes. Before I knew it, I got admission in Jubail International School, where I am a student of the 9th grade right now. I like all the subjects except for chemistry. I really wonder how a chemist assumes that 2 atoms of hydrogen combine with 1 of oxygen to form 2 molecules of water. Let them combine in any ratio, sir. They're not your subordinates or your children. Do not impose your will on them. By now, you must have understood that I am a ranting extrovert. I love interacting with new people and making new friends. I aspire to become a journalist, for I strongly believe in what the great Malala Yousafzai once said. 1 child, 1 teacher, 1 book, and 1 pen can change the world. Through my thought-provoking articles, I want to have an impact on the lives of my fellow human beings. I want them to think beyond borders and them to stay united under all circumstances. I want to have an impact on the world, on someone and everyone. If today isn't what I want it to be, then there is always tomorrow. The truth is that we are all like gasoline, and we just need that little flame to light up and show the world all the potential that we have bottled up inside. Theodore Roosevelt once said, "The most important single ingredient in the formula of success is knowing how to get along with people." Yes, dear friends, I have joined the Elite Youth Leadership Program to equip myself with the skills necessary to pursue my dream. Dear youth leaders, I want you all to know one thing. Before I say that, I would like to thank my fellow Toastmasters and my fellow Toastmasters and Madam Toastmasters that are sacrificing their today for the betterment of our tomorrow. We are all indeed indebted to you. Thank you.